Akshita, quickly coming to you first. Are the crowds there yet? We're hearing that the Prime Minister should be there around 6 p.m. What are you hearing?
That's right, Shiv. Just about 1 hour to go for the Prime Minister to get here at the BJP headquarters. Let me just show you what's happening. You've got huge crowds that have gathered, largely BJP workers, and many of them have told me that they've come from different parts of the country for this very event to thank the Prime Minister for the success of the G20 Summit. You can see the BJP flag flying high here. There's a lot of music, song and dance that's playing out in the air as well. Essentially, it's time for celebration. After all the hard work that's gone into the G20 Summit, what you're seeing right now is Modi, Modi chants ringing in the air here at the BJP headquarters. The mood is upbeat, Shiv. Now, the Prime Minister is expected to come here at about 6 this evening. And once he reaches here, he's going to be walking right past. There's a CEC meet that's expected to happen here. I know a lot of us were expecting that he was going to be, addressing the nation, speaking at the BJP headquarters like he usually does in these kind of massive celebratory events. But we're being told that's not the case. The Prime Minister will make his way inside for the CEC meet. I've seen senior BJP leaders, former Chief Minister Yediyurappa, who also made his way inside for the CEC huddle that will take place. But right up till he reaches, and even after that, you're going to be seeing a mood of celebration here at the BJP headquarters. All of them waiting behind me just to catch a glimpse of the Prime Minister, to send out their message of thank you. He's going to be waving by, acknowledging their support, and then making his way inside for the CEC meet, Shiv.
Go through what the agenda is going to look like. Poulomi has been tracking all the political developments leading up to this big celebration today. Poulomi, what does the BJP have lined up? They've got, their cadres are going to assemble there in a big way. I'm sure all the big leaders are going to be there as well. What are you hearing? What does the schedule look like once the Prime Minister arrives?
Well, there's a grand celebration, of course, that the BJP has planned. Thousands of cadres and party workers have gathered at the BJP headquarters where Akshita and Aishwarya are to welcome and felicitate Prime Minister Modi. And earlier this morning, of course, the cabinet met. That was the cabinet meeting for the first time since, of course, the culmination of the G20 Summit over the weekend. And the cabinet passed a resolution proposed by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh that congratulated Prime Minister Modi on the success of the G20 Summit that the world is lauding. So now, of course, it will be the party which will celebrate this, huge achievement of the countries and, of course, the government of India's, where all world leaders, in fact, applauded the way India, of course, conducted its presidency of the G20 over the past year. So the Prime Minister will be there. He will, of course, acknowledge, all the felicitations and the celebrations that the BJP party workers are holding. Like Akshita was pointing out, there is a Central Election Committee meeting which is to happen later this evening, for which he is in fact arriving at the BJP headquarters. So all the CEC members, that is the top leadership of the Bharatiya Janata Party, will already be there, present over there, to in fact accord that welcome to Prime Minister Modi. They lead from the front and the party workers will join from behind. Okay, very interesting. Aishwarya is also on the ground. She also tracked not just the entire G20 from the Bharat Mandapam, but she's also there at the BJP headquarters now. Looks like the celebration isn't going to end anytime soon. Aishwarya, the Prime Minister is going to be there at 6 p.m. I'm assuming he's going to speak. We don't know yet. What are you hearing? And also that big gala dinner, such a lovely gesture of thanks for the Delhi police.
Well, obviously, we have known Prime Minister Narendra Modi to be doing these things that usually politicians do not do. But, the chants, just, let me go across to the chants, Modi, Modi chants being done here. All these, obviously, are enthusiastic Bharatiya Janata Party supporters. The idea now, Shiv, is to make sure that everyone understands, Har Ghar G20 is something that, the BJP is now trying to do. Huge posters of Prime Minister Narendra Modi with the top leaders of the world there have been plastered on the walls of the BJP headquarters. So celebrations on, the BJP flag also being hoisted there. So people are in full celebratory mode. All of them are now waiting to catch a glimpse of their beloved leader. That is the Prime Minister of the country, Narendra Modi.
Akshita, 6 p.m. is when the Prime Minister is set to arrive, we're hearing. Is that right? 6 p.m.?
That's right, Shiv. So just about 50 minutes from now is when you can also expect that the Prime Minister will be here. But the mood is upbeat in the meanwhile here. You can hear a lot of slogan area. Let me just show you what's happening around here as well. You can see a lot of people chanting slogans. Let's go in here and talk to them as well. आप प्रधानमंत्री देखने के लिए आए हो?
हम लोग मोदी जी का स्वागत करने के लिए यहाँ आए हैं। हम लोग गाजियाबाद से आए हैं। बहुत बड़ी संख्या में कार्यकर्ता, जैसे ही पता चला कि कार्यालय आने वाले हैं, हम सब लोग स्वतः अपने अपने सब लोग मित्रगण उनका स्वागत करने के लिए यहाँ पर आ गए हैं।
आप सब ने क्या सोचा G20 समिट के बारे में? क्या आपको लगा है कि ये बहुत बड़ा सक्सेस था G20?
हम लोग अपनी भावनाओं से, अपने मन से उनका स्वागत करने आए हैं। मोदी जी ने जो जितना बड़ा काम किया है, पूरे विश्व में आज मोदी जी का डंका बजा। आज हम कार्यकर्ता बहुत प्रसन्न हैं।
Okay, so you can hear all the slogan hearing that's happening around me of Bharat Mata Ki Jai and Jai Shri Ram Shiv. So there's a festive atmosphere all around me. You saw those gentlemen who just come in from Ghaziabad. There are several such groups, and I'll take you to a group of women who are here, female BJP कार्यकर्ताs who are here. आप कहाँ से आए हैं? आप प्रधानमंत्री आ जाइए, यहाँ पे आ जाइए। अच्छा, आप बताइए पहले हमको कि आपने क्यों आए हैं यहाँ पे और क्या संदेश देना चाहते हैं प्रधानमंत्री को?
मोदी जी ने जिस तरह इतिहास में अपना नाम कमाया है, इतिहास तो अपने आप को दोहराता है, ये दोहराया नहीं, ट्रिपल करके दिया है। इसलिए मोदी जी हैं तो मुमकिन है। ये जिंदगी में आने वाली बुलाए बनी चीजें नहीं है। ऐसा कोई न्यूर का हीरा ना कभी था, ना कभी होगा, ना कभी है। ये ऐसे अनमोल हीरे जो हमारे देश के प्रधानमंत्री बन के हैं। तभी तो कहते हैं ए वतन हमको तेरी कसम, तेरी राहों में हाथ लुटा जाएंगे। फूल क्या चीज है तेरे कदमों में, हम एक अपनी सिलाओं के चला जाएंगे। ए वतन ए वतन।
Thank you so much. Thank you. So you can see here, Shiv, not the best of singers, but hey, their spirit is, soaring as you can see there. Nothing stopping them. They're all celebrating. All of them chanting 20 saal ke liye Modi ji, and saying, that they're tremendously proud by what we've achieved at the G20 Summit. Obviously, it's also turning political, isn't it, here? With the elections coming up, the BJP using this as a platform to celebrate, to send out the message that this is because of the Modi government that we've seen this kind of spectacular success at the G20 Summit. And they're pulling all stops, Shiv, to ensure that, you've got the Prime Minister entering into the BJP headquarters to a huge pomp and show here.
Very, very interesting. Aishwarya, the mood at the BJP headquarters, is a very familiar one. The next stop, as far as all of us journalists is concerned, of course, is going to be that special session. And Polomi and I yesterday had put together a full show that's being widely talked about because a lot of those theories are doing the rounds. So this will be that final celebration before the big politics begins. The India Alliance is also meeting. They've got their big meetings. And after this, the big countdown to that special session begins. All party meeting on Sunday, special session begins on Monday. Aishwarya.
Well, Shiv, one of the biggest questions that everyone, in fact, has been asking, especially the opposition parties, and that's why we saw how Sonia Gandhi also wrote a letter saying that you need to tell us what will be the agenda. So all those things will obviously start at kickstart, not just from Monday, that will be the first day of this special session, but from Sunday itself, we will now have to wait and watch what the opposition says about the celebration and also about the special session. But yes, all the eyes are keenly now on what will be the agenda as far as the special session is concerned. Many theories doing rounds. We will have to wait and watch because on the 18th it will be clear. From what we are understanding from our sources at the moment, there will be a shift from the old building to the new building, an auspicious day. That is the 19th of September. Ganesh Chaturthi Day has been, so far being taken. That will be the day when they will be moving. The historic move will take place on the 19th from the old Parliament building to the new Parliament building. There will be politics galore. What the BJP is also expecting, Shiv, let me tell you that they know that once this celebration gets over, then the opposition, they are expecting some of the opposition people to even tweet about the celebration that will take place at the BJP headquarters today.
Polomi, one final question to you before we move on, because we're going to wait for the Prime Minister to land at 6. Do we know who else is going to be there? I'm assuming all the bigwigs are going to be there at 6 p.m. when the Prime Minister arrives.
Absolutely. All the members, in fact, of the Central Election Committee, led by BJP President JP Nadda, will be felicitating Prime Minister Modi as he arrives at the BJP headquarters. Remember that the CEC is meeting for the second time today in order to finalize possibly a second list for Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. So already the BJP is in election mode. It has pulled out a first list already, even before the dates have been announced, which is pretty unusual, which only tells you that the Prime Minister and the BJP is already working on election mode, and the Prime Minister himself will be in Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh tomorrow. So while he's already talking assembly elections 2023 end of the year, he will be at the BJP headquarters, and members of the Central Election Committee, which of course includes top leaders like Rajnath Singh, like Amit Shah, JP Nadda, of course, will be leading that delegation which will felicitate Prime Minister Modi.
Okay, interesting. We're going to leave it there for the moment, and we'll come back to our reporters, Polomi, Akshita and Aishwarya, as soon as there's some more action happening on the ground. But remember that the Prime Minister is expected there at about 6 p.m, but it could happen earlier as well. So we've got our cameras primed. You won't miss a thing here on India Today.